Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have today in my shop this wonderful Toyota Tacoma. It's a 2013 with 170,000 miles, and she came for the maintenance service. I was going to start the engine oil and filter change, but when I found this, I stopped immediately, and I think I should invite you for a ride. You have the end of winter. There's a lot of changes in temperatures every day. We had the hail, very cold weather yesterday, and this is one of the engines which has this horrible yellow milkshake in this filler cap, and it was also full in that filler tube. I already cleaned up that filler tube, but this is the area which I mean. This tube, the oil filling tube for this engine oil, it was full of the same yellow, I always call it milkshake. And we discussed this in the previous videos. I told you that if you see it, not necessarily you have to immediately make conclusion that your head gasket is blown and you need super expensive repair. It might be just a part of winter temperatures, moisture. That filler cap is the highest point in that engine, so that's where it's coming, and then it's stuck there because there's no ventilation. So let's go do that engine oil and filter change together and see if we will find anything, any coolant in the engine oil. We will look in the coolant too. So let's go and investigate while we are making this engine oil change. And before I will lift her up, let's do that investigation. So here we have the expansion tank, expansion reservoir for engine coolant, and there's no presence of the engine oil in it. We can see it, but you might be doubting it. So let's go and open even the radiator, since the cap is readily available right here. It's not hidden underneath anything. Let's go open it and have a peek in it too, because if there was a engine oil in the coolant, we will have the same milkshake right here. Never open the radiator cap when the engine coolant is hot. It will blow up on you. This vehicle was actually here 1.5 hours already, because I went for the parts and something else. So I know it's absolutely cold. I can open it and we will be safe. I always keep cleaning everything. So once again, the safety was observed. There shouldn't be any pressure. And we should see nicely that super long life kind of pinkish coolant, correct? And sure enough, if you look there, absolutely no presence of any engine oil in this area. So as we suspected together, I know you are experts, this engine is totally fine despite the fact of that severe milkshake in that filler tube. Let's close it carefully. There was no spill. This is perfect. And let's finally go ahead for that engine oil change and filter on this 1G RFE. There might be a lot of skid plates, nice heavy duty skid plates in the way, but we know that engine oil filter is on top of the engine. So all we have to find is the engine oil pan drain plug. It's right here in front of this cross member. So we will go ahead, I will clean around, and I will use 14mm wrench, and we will open this baby and drain the oil. What you don't know, what I didn't mention yet, is that I saw first time this vehicle at the end of the last year, and it was the detail inspection I performed for the people, and it was the same findings. When I opened that filler, there was absolutely same yellow milkshake. So this engine through this winter is keeping that vapor up there consistently. It didn't disappear while I cleaned it, right? It didn't go away. It's still there through the winter. It's April and it's still there. So I can see somebody else did a service on this. It was me. It was not me who did the last oil change. And the oil is coming normal as we expected. Let me show you really quickly the detail. I have to clean myself. Always problem changing the gloves when you get dirty from these things, but you can see it's still coming out nicely here in the pan. It's the same, just worn synthetic 5W30. If you look at it, yep. So as we agreed a while ago, there will be nothing here, no blown gasket. It's just the winter, and I will bet in the summer it will be not here. It's also due to the very short drives. If you drive very short distances, this is what will happen. Another clear indicator that there is nothing wrong with that engine is that we don't have any check engine light, that we don't have any misfires on this engine. So it's pretty clear this engine is fine, and it's just part of the winter and short trips driven with this Tacoma. Here you can see I will be not using this aluminum crush washer which came off, but I use those blue ones. These are Toyota product. I will go on that drain plug nicely, and here is the number for you if you want to do the same. This oil was dripping for a long time, at least like 20-30 minutes, so I can close it with that new crush washer, and you can torque it to the 39 Newton meters. I do this for so long time. I created that feel for it using small ratchet. Make sure I will not strip the thread in the oil pan, but that's perfect. That blue crush washer will not allow any oil leaks, and also it will not allow the drain plug to fall out. So this is perfect. And even if I'm doing just a simple engine oil change, I will never lower this truck without checking everything for the owner. At least that visual inspection will make sure everything is in the good order, nothing is missing or it's broken. Also checking and adjusting the tire pressures. It's easy when the truck is still in the air and you don't have to bend down to it. 34 psi. That should be good, right? Now we still have to deal with the engine oil filter. It's located right here, but if I only unscrew it, it will create a little bit of oil spillage coming out of that dimple underneath. So I have to put there catch can. For that purpose, I have saved one of these. I have even no idea how long time I have this. It's a very old. And you just place it right under that draining dimple. Now I can finally unscrew If it's too tight, you can always help yourself with the wrench, just for that initial breaking it loose. After that, it should be a breeze, and you just start unscrewing it, and you will see the engine oil coming out of the filter. Not yet, not yet. Oh yeah. Let me try to show you the detail. This is the whole situation. After a couple of minutes, I can remove this filter. Just lifting it up. Oh, the rubber is falling off it. Good, we are not going to use the aftermarket, but OEM Toyota. Toyota parts for Toyota trucks. That's what makes most of the sense, will you not say? So hopefully you can read the model number. This is how it comes. The filter itself. You don't have to pre-lube it. Hopefully you can see there is a foil, protective foil, so you don't get any dirt inside. It might be obvious to most of you, but I hope nobody ever tried to install it with this. So you have to peel it off, and there is a small amount of lubricant, the grease on that rubber gasket, so I don't have to use some oil and lube it. I will be putting it on this way right now. Isn't that awesome? Also, little tip for you right now. These filters are totally price competitive with the aftermarket. I believe this Toyota OEM large filter, and I can see it's taller than the one which we just removed. You will pay only like $6 for it, so totally worth. If you own a vehicle like this, get it from a dealer and buy 2 or 3 of them, so you don't have to drive there, right, in the future. Save yourself time, and you will know you have the OEM part. I will keep cleaning this crease here where that used oil kind of went down before. I will try to wipe. There's always dirt, dust in it, so I cleaned that, and now I can finally remove that little catching container which has on the bottom a little bit of engine oil. Now comes time for not making any spills while pouring the new oil, so I'm using always this screw-on funnel. You know it from different video, I reviewed that on the channel. So I believe we already mentioned that this engine is using 5W30. We didn't say how much. So this 1G RFE 4-liter V6 in combination with 2-wheel drive will need 4.8 quarts of the 5W30. I'm using full synthetic 5W30 in all vehicle size service here. This one is 4-wheel drive, we mentioned it in that video already. So this one actually needs more, the oil pan is bigger, and it needs 5.5 quarts, US quarts of 5W30. This is a 5-quart jug, so I still have to grab half quart from different container. I can go ahead and unscrew this funnel. I have thoroughly cleaned this cat, so the milkshake is gone. We want this Toyota Tacoma be happy, and I will still go and put the reminder windshield sticker for that oil change for the next one at 5,000 miles. I will also reset the maintenance system, which is incorporated in the vehicle. It is setting the odometer in the A1 odometer, then switching it off, holding the odometer button, putting it on, and it will reset itself for the next 5,000 miles. I hope you find this video helpful and also entertaining. If you like it, give it a thumb up please, and be tuned. Be subscribed, I have way more coming your way soon. See you later, my friend.